Alright, what's going on, guys? It's day 2 of the weekend adventure. We got up about like an hour ago and both had breakfast, and we're about to head to his first game, which is like 30 minutes away. So got a bit of a drive here. I'm kind of tired. I'm slacking a bit. I woke up at like 5:30, closed my eyes, and I woke back up at 6:30. So that was a little like, like I was like, oh man, am I gonna get up like on time? But I did. We're good. Yeah, so that's the agenda pretty much for today. Is we're going to his TS 2 games today, one at 9, one at 11. Afterwards, when we get back, I'm gonna go to the gym solo and hit upper, bring you guys along for that. All right, guys, I got to the gym, had no idea the battery on this camera was about to die. I will not be filming any of the upper lift, which is really annoying. But yeah, I really do apologize for that. I did not think that was gonna happen. So I think with my upper lift today, I'm just really gonna keep it super chill. Again, it should be a rest day, but I won't be able to lift tomorrow, and I'm kind of not sure about Monday. So we'll see. But I'm also just gonna wear the same fit. I really like these shorts, and I think it'll look cool on TikTok. But yeah, just a super chill day today. It's just about getting through each day, man. Like, not every day is gonna be like a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta. Sometimes it's like the small days that add up into the big ones, and this is definitely one of those moments where I'm like, I feel like I have all these tiny mundane tasks to complete, but I know like if I don't do them, then I won't be able to achieve here. Like, you gotta stack, and you'll get here. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just about falling in love with the process of it all instead of just trying to immediately chase and get a reward just like that. Like, sometimes it does take time and takes more effort than you originally believed. And I guess like my thing right now is trying to figure out like what my next goal is. You know what I mean? Like, what's the next milestone? Because I am a very like goal dependent person where I need something to like continually shoot for, or else I feel like I don't have purpose, which is like hard for me because I think the entire point of life is to have purpose in some shape or form. So I guess I'm just figuring out like what mine is to a degree. Anyways, maybe my purpose is to mug. You never know. But we're gonna go ahead and head to his game. I'll show some clips of him playing. We'll talk a bit while we're there, and then like I said again, we'll do upper. When we get back tonight, we'll eat food, and then we'll do the Q&A session, get that done, and then yeah, then it'll be day 3. So let's go ahead and let's get day 2 started. How we feeling, Ant? It's almost game time. Connor, you got anything to say to YouTube? Mm-hmm. It's your time to shine.
That's good. Don't put it.
Yeah, we're cutting that.
Nah, that's how you get your fans right there.
All right, we're at his game. The other team, I won't lie, they look older than I do. Like, I went to the bathroom and walked by, and I thought they were grown men. So, see how this goes. I'll be the commentator for you guys. Anthony behind the back spins. Here we go. Round the whole team. Loses the ball. Let's go, Ant. Air ball. Game 1 is over. I didn't get it on camera, but they were down 20, Anthony's team, and this kid on the other team dunks it. Bro, freshman teams. Down 20. Yeah. I wrapped up game 1. How we feeling?
I'm feeling good, bro. I had like 10 points.
We'll play better next match, right? Guys, second game started. It's the second quarter now. They're down 8 to 12. Andy's playing pretty well. I think he has 4 points already of the 8, which is actually pretty impressive. But this team's just gotta stop turning the ball over. I don't know, like if I wasn't good at football, I would have played basketball. But I'm so bad at basketball, it's unreal. Update, he lost. So I think they ended up losing by like 25. Terrible fourth quarter. And that is a wrap on the basketball extravaganza for the weekend for the most part. I'm not going to show anything from the games tomorrow, so that was good. They lost both games pretty handily. But yeah, now we're back at the house, about to eat lunch. At least I'm making it for Anthony. I already had my pre-workout meal, which was just 6 rice cakes, caramel with honey. And then yeah, after I'm done making his lunch, I'm going to go to the gym and hit upper. And I'm wearing literally just this exact same outfit that I was wearing last night, the baggy shorts with the black tee. I do work, like I said, with Define and Able, but there are literally some days, bro, where I just want to go to the gym and get a workout and not have to feel like I'm making content for the sake of making content. It can get draining sometimes. And I know it's crazy because it's my job, but I'm just like, I'm trying to be as real as possible and like keep it a buck with you guys. Like, as someone who has made the gym entirely like my job, I don't want it to feel like a job. I want it to feel like I'm doing this for the love of doing it. And it's hard to keep that in sight a lot of the times, because when I go to the gym, I'm thinking about, how much money can I make from this gym session? And that's like hard for a lot of people to like think about, but that's just the reality of it for me, because creating content is my avenue of life, you know what I mean? So I don't know, today's lift is just going to be today's lift, and I'm going to keep it as raw as possible. It's upper, so we'll be doing lat pull down, incline bench, lateral raises, bicep curls, tricep extensions, a back like a row, and then we'll also throw in a pec fly, and that'll be it. I'm going to do some cardio too, and just kind of really focus on getting the best workout that I can possible, and that's pretty much it. So, oh man, I'm feeling it though, like I'm tired. But yeah, and then when we get back, we'll do the Q&A. We'll get the Q&A going, because there are a ton of questions that you guys asked that I know want to be heard on this video, so stay tuned. So
I don't know what to talk about. There's no questions.
How do you think you played?
I played good. I don't know. We made too many turnovers. We let the other team rush us. We forced shots.
Only media trained.
So we got here. We have a tight cloth hood, shirt, some baggy shorts, the clogs.
Cover up the quads.
They were hiding.
We're getting there.
So I gotta get tanned.
I know.
Things are raw, bro. Ankle socks, bro. Look at those, bro. That's crazy.
Do you guys mess with ankle socks?
Nah, let's see my fit. See the YBL hat.
Oh, show them the hat. YBL's up.
1-on-1, bro. One hand's gonna get that. Yeah, I got leg pants.
The lean gut.
It's not a lean gut, bro. No socks with the bugs.
Yeah, you talk about ankle socks being criminal, bro. You don't even got any on. My brother.
Dude, that's tough.
Double back.
I'm getting the leg.
Creatine. The pump. Glycerol. Pump and flow. Hopefully, with the pump and flow, I enter flow state. Made it home from the gym. Upper day was alright. My body's in shambles. I haven't rested in 6 days, which is not optimal whatsoever. I would never suggest anyone do what I'm doing, but it's my job to kind of work out, which I find a hard balance a lot of the times. You know what I mean? Just again, between enjoying lifts and like actually lifting. So that's like, it's hard for me because as someone again who makes money, I like want to be perfect with everything I do, especially online, because that's where I make money. So I struggle to find a solid balance between like going there. I don't ever have a problem with pushing myself, to go lift or pushing myself to do any of that. Like there's not a motivation issue. It's literally just like an enjoyment factor. And I'm not saying like I don't enjoy what I do. I'm beyond blessed to be able to work out. I don't take any of this for granted. Like again, posting lifting stuff is my job. You know how cool that is? Like if I would have talked to my 5-year-old self, like, bro, you get to go lift weights for money, I would have been ecstatic, you know what I mean? So it's like just in the moment when I'm like working out and I'm, getting a clip, I'm like, am I just getting a clip or am I actually lifting? So that's where it's like hard for me as someone who content creates in a sense. And I maybe sometimes I take it too seriously and I need to take my own advice and just not take life as serious, but it's hard because like, bro, life is that serious, you know what I mean? Like half the time life is that deep, just because like there are things that you do that affect other people. There are things that you do that will affect your future. And I am a perennial overthinker all-star. So I'm always running through the scenarios and, maybe I think too much for my own good sometimes, and I'll be lifting and I'm like, I could have done that better, but then I'm like, well, the clip's good, you know what I mean? Like, how stupid that is. So I did not do cardio at the gym, so I'm gonna go do cardio there's like a little rec center right next to where my mom's house is. I'm gonna go there and get the cardio in because you can't be slacking on that, and then we'll do the Q&A tonight when I get back. That was a long night, so it's time for the Q&A. It's still super early. It's like 6:30, but we're cracking one of these nachos, lemon lime flavor. So good. So let's get this Q&A going. But yeah, like I was saying with my workout yesterday, before we go ahead and get into everything, like when I got there, first of all, this camera was dead. But I think it was a blessing in disguise because it made me just like, I didn't really record too much. So I was able to just like kind of focus on the workout, which was, in my opinion, really nice. And it made the workout way more enjoyable. And I'm not saying that in like a negative way about, creating content. It's just like, sometimes it can be a lot, you know what I mean? So that like weighs on my mind like heavily sometimes. But I really did just appreciate being able to just, go work out and not having to do so much while I was at the gym. Let's start the Q&A. Now let me pull it up on my Instagram here. You guys see the Knicks? The Knicks won the championship. Crazy. Crazy. This first question is from Parker. Did you ever think you would achieve as much as you have when you first started, and did you ever picture it going this far with content? I actually didn't have any goals when it came to making content when I first started this. So I kind of explained this in the past to people, but I had a good friend at Clarion University. His name was Ryan Stahl. And after me and my freshman year girlfriend had broken up, he kind of, took me in and pulled me to the side. And was like, bro, I know, stuff sucks right now. Come hit the gym with me. We'll have a good time and everything. That really saved me at that point, just because I was so down mentally. And so I owe him so much, and whether he knows it or not, Ryan, if you're watching this, thank you, brother. I truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, at the time, he had 100K on TikTok, I believe, and he was after the one workout, he took some pictures of me, and he was like, bro, start posting these on TikTok and all this stuff. So I literally, when I first started posting, it was just pictures, on TikTok, of my workouts, and they were, some of the worst photos of me, but I thought they looked good at the time, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna fire these away. And this was back in, it would have been spring, no, not spring, it's 2024. I think this would have been spring 2024. And then after I moved here, I actually started making content, you know what I mean? So I started with just some small lifting videos, and then I did some oh, this is how you grow your biceps, this is how you grow your abs, whatnot. But then I made like a back and biceps video, and this was my first video to ever do. It did a mil in one day on TikTok, and I was like losing it, bro. I gained like 17,000 followers off of one video. I was genuinely tweaking. But that was like the only video I had that went over like 10K at the time. It was so bad. And I dimmed everything, so like all my videos were like super dark and like grungy, and the audios were even worse than the ones I use now. Like, it was bad. Then my account got hacked, and I got it back. I think I got it back April of 2025, or no, May of 2025. And I told myself, once I got it back, because at this point I was at like 20,000 followers. So like, you guys can, like, I didn't really have too much, like I didn't have any emotion. I wasn't like posting anything that like people like would genuinely like care about. Like, it was all just like dumb stuff that I liked, you know what I mean? I didn't give people a reason to care about me. When I got my account back, I was like, I'm gonna lock in on this, because throughout all that time in the beginning, I was just doing it for fun. And then I made my first like money from TikTok, like from social media, March 2025. I was like, oh my God, like I can make, and I made like a good amount of money that month. I won't lie. I was like, oh my God, like I can do this. And then I lost my account. But when I got it back in May, I told myself, I was like, I'm gonna lock in on this like I've never locked in on anything before. So I've uploaded videos at least once or twice a day, every day, since May of 2025. And we've just been going crazy at it. Like, so my account spiked towards the back end of June in 2025. I got up to like 60,000. And then that's when Define hit me up, and Able. And so I've been with Define and Able since I think the beginning of July of 2025. So almost a year now with both companies. It's been my job ever since. Like, it's so sick, you know what I mean? But did I ever think that this is what I would be doing? Heck no, man. I fully expect myself to be working a part-time job still, just for school to be my main focus and all this stuff. But the way I see it is, if I can, go all in on this, then I can expand my life like potential. I don't want to box myself into something that has like a cap on how much I can achieve. And like, I'm not saying that like a regular job is just the worst thing in the world. Obviously it's not, but it's just not for everyone. And I don't think it's for me. And I don't want to be like here when I know I can get to up to here doing what I love, you know what I mean? So it's like, it definitely took a while for me to wrap my head around the possibility of it all. But now that I'm fully in it and I make content, as I do this for a living, I fully believe that I will make this work in the future. I just have to keep working at it, because if I like never quit making content or never quit doing something in my life, how can I lose at it? How can I ever fail if I never stop trying? And I think people always like, it's the picture like the guy mining for diamonds, and he's right there, you're right there, you're about to get it, and then you quit, you turn around. I don't want to do that with any of this. I'm going all in. Like, that's always been the goal. I just didn't see it back then. So when I was like, before my account got hacked, and before I even had a huge following, I just saw social media as a cool, like, I could flex on my friends, be like, hey, I got 30K followers on TikTok, suck it, you know what I mean? But I can't. That's not how life works. Like, no one cares about any of that. What I care about is now, how much money can I make? This is what I was talking about earlier, like why sometimes it brings me down in lifting. But it's the truth, like, bro, like, how much money can I make from this? How far can I take this? And it's not like I'm chasing like a bag. You know what I mean? I don't care about that as much. I started this because I loved it, and I'll continue it because I love it. But the fact that I do make money from it, come on. I'm going to maximize that to its fullest potential, because if I can elevate my life, I'm going to. If you find a way to make your life 10 times better and uplift everyone else's life around you, do it, bro. Even if it sucks, even if it's the hardest thing you've ever done in the world, just do it. You will look at it in 10 years and be like, oh my God, I'm so grateful I started it back then. And like, that's why, because I am 20, if I can, start a business now and grow it. And then by the time I'm 25, it's like this big thing. Dog. What other 25-year-olds? How many 25-year-olds can you name off the top of your head that are doing that stuff? It's just not really like common in this day and age. So I'm gonna maximize the internet and everything from it to its fullest degree, just because I have been in this space for a good bit now, and I do see the potential that I have, and because I see that potential, it has lit like a fire under me, and I'm just gonna attack it every single day, and attack and attack and attack. So no, Parker, I did not think I was gonna achieve this much online when I first started, but I'm beyond grateful that I have, and I fully believe that I will continue to find more success in this space. Okay, the second question is from Muhammad. What was your expectations when you first got signed? Were you worried, etc.? I actually had zero expectations when I first signed with Define. It was funny because at first I had no idea that Define was a company, and I don't mean that as a shot to them. They just didn't have a men's line like that was big at the time. So when I was in the gym, like growing up in the gym space, it was Gymshark, Young LA. I would just wear Nike, Under Armour compressions, stuff like that. Even Breathe Divinity was pretty big back then, but this is only a year ago. What am I saying? So when they reached out, I texted my older sister and I was like, hey, don't you have like bras and shorts from this company? And she was like, oh my God, Chuckie, like that's my favorite gym brand. Like you need to get with them and get me free stuff. And I was like, okay, bet. So like I went into signing with Define with no like financial expectation. It was more or less just like, oh, free clothes. Dope. Literally like 3 weeks later, Abel hit me up and they were like, hey, like let's talk. And I knew Abel because again, Cam Kissel was my like big inspiration when it came to, you know, fitness. So when I got with Abel, I was like, oh my God, like I'm with the same brand as Cam. Like this is crazy. But even when I got with Abel, I still kind of saw it as just like free clothing, just because of like the numbers that I was getting from them. And this isn't to like reveal any contracts or anything. It was just, it wasn't like enough to be like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm, you know, rich. Like that wasn't the case, I promise you. Eventually over time, as I've grown with the brands and I've sold more with like more code usages and my following has grown, because you got to think about it. When I signed with both of them, I only had, I think it was 55,000 on TikTok. That was it. I didn't even have an Instagram. I didn't even really post on YouTube at all. But now, like fast forward a year, I have 165,000 on TikTok. I have 65,000 on Instagram. I have almost 5K subs on YouTube. So the numbers that you will get from these companies will, as long as it's actually like a good community and a good following, it'll directly like correlate with how much money that you can like grow into. So I didn't have any expectations, honestly. Like my only expectation was I was going to get some free clothing and that I was set on clothing for life. But I never imagined that being with these two companies would allow me to live financially free, in the sense that now I don't work. This is my job. And that is fully thankful to Abel and Define, whose sweatpants I have on right now. Okay, this next question is from Mark. What is your favorite cheat meal? And what do you think my favorite cheat meal is? What are you squirting? My favorite cheat meal? Whatever Anthony's eating right now. Get the bubble gut out. I'm so sorry.
Keep playing, bro.
My favorite cheat meal? A 6-pack of crumble cookies. Isn't that right, Aunt? What if I delete all my YouTube videos, then unprivate that one? And that's the only video I have up on my page, is just our crumble one. But I have very fond memories of crumble cookies, and if you are tapped into the OG YouTube channel, you know what I'm talking about. This one is from Gabe. When are you trying to get spanked in some pickleball? I promise you, you're not touching me in pickleball. You never will. and you can practice every single day for the rest of your life, and you will never come close to how good I am at pickleball. End of question. I'm just kidding, bro. Hit me up, bro. We can run it. I know you live like right around the corner, so let's go. Okay, this next one's from Tom. Could you show us off all of your tattoos? So I have this one on my wrist. It's from Star Wars. It's Anakin Skywalker's eye from Revenge of the Sith. I don't know if you can see that. And then I have this one. It's just a 4 in Roman numerals because I am the 4th. And then I have 2 on my back here. You see those? Okay, so that one is a sword with some doves flying away. And then there's also one on my mid-back. I don't know if you can see that. Right on my neck here. That says I am is greater than I was. And that just means like who I am today will always be better than who I was yesterday. Just for the kind of belief that like eternally like improving is a possibility, and that's what I strive to do. Okay, this one's from Raffle. Who's winning the World Cup? USA! 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 Okay, this one's from Merrim. Would you ever come back to Manchester? I think I definitely would, and for the main reason that it was a really good place, and I just think that I didn't have enough time to explore the city enough. And I think there's also a lot more to Manchester that I didn't get to see just because I kind of spent most of my time on one singular street and like one singular strip of the town. So I definitely would, just for the sake of being able to see more. I didn't get to see the cathedral like I wanted to. And there are a ton of other spots that I had like in my notes that I didn't really get to the chance to or the time to go see. So I definitely feel like I have unfinished business out in the MCR. This one's from Ducky Guy. What's the biggest reason most lifters stay stuck for years even though they train hard and consistently? I would say like the biggest reason, in my opinion, that people don't find progress over a long period of time is that they never change anything. And it's just kind of like the idea that like you want to be able to control as many variables as you can when it comes to your gym progress. So if you can control your diet, your training, your recovery, your cardio, all these type of things, you'll find progress. And it's all, again, I can't give you guys like a 1-for-1 way to improve. Like that's just not possible. I can kind of just give you what I've done and what works for me, but it's different for everyone, right? So you have to control all these variables and make sure that like your diet is locked in, that your training is progressing, that you're sleeping enough, that you're taking your vitamins. And as many of these variables that you can knock off the list on a day-to-day basis, the easier it is going to be to find progress. But it's really easy to say like you're eating right and you're training hard and consistently, but you're not tracking how your training's going. You're not actually worried about the food that you're eating, but you're just worried about the macros of it. I think there's a lot of very small things that add up into bigger issues when it comes to gym progress that people just take for granted, and I see more importance in them. So like for me, I think doing cardio is very important, and a lot of people skip out on that. I also think eating a whole foods diet is very important when it comes to how bioavailable this food is to your body. I think there's just a bunch of small things that people overlook. You really have to just narrow everything down, and if something's not working, you have to change it. And I would just give it time. So like if I did a new workout split for 2 months and I saw 0 progress, why would you stay running it? Like that's kind of, I wouldn't do that. If you're eating a certain way and you don't see progress after 3 months, like obviously you're messing up along the line somewhere, and you have to adjust something. Some people just see it and they don't adjust anything, and they're just like, I'm good, it'll all work out. Like, no, you actually have to grab life in your hands and do something about it. This one is from A-Man. Are you natural? Yes, I am 1,000% natural. The only supplement that I take is creatine. I do want to get my blood work done eventually, just so I can see where my test is at. I've always been curious. I literally never got my blood work done, So I would love to see where that number is. But yes, I am natural. This one is from Maxim. What motivates you and keeps you going to the gym when you don't see progression and in general don't want to work out a day? I don't think I've actually had motivation issues in a very long time. Like I was kind of talking about earlier, I have no problem, getting to the gym or any of that. It's just how hard can I continue to push myself and do more than what I'm supposed to do mentally. So I don't find a problem waking up. I don't find a problem eating healthy. I don't, have issues with any of these things because it's my life and I've been doing it for so long. But I guess at first it was definitely way more difficult. Actually, I'm lying. It really wasn't, because I was a college athlete. So I have been, raised on kind of sports, athletics, going to the gym. So I never really had motivation issues. But obviously I've had days where I'm dragging and I do get there and I'm I don't want to push myself. That's where I just remember why I started doing all this in the first place. And again, I really did start lifting because I had a really messy breakup. And I wanted to change myself for the better. And not necessarily change, but improve the aspects of my life that I was already decently good. I was already strong. I wanted to get stronger. I was already kind. I wanted to get kinder. And it was just these things that I wanted to improve about myself that I knew working out and all this stuff would funnel into other aspects of my life, because the more time I spent in the gym was less time I spent anywhere else. So I was really just focused on improving my life rather than focusing on anyone else's life. And that helped me a lot. So it's always just about remembering why I started doing that and really taking all this seriously in the first place. And then I have no motivation issue at all, because what's better motivation than the want to improve? Boss. Yeah.
Dude, my thighs, bro.
What? You'll never say that again.
My hamstring.
Yo, my butt, bro.
No, dude, I can't flex my hamstring. Dude, it hurts so bad.
It's like you did RDLs.
No, what's this right here?
Your thigh.
No, it's a certain when I flex it that hurt.
Oh, your quad.
I thought your quad's just your whole thing,
The front of your leg.
It's whatever this is right here. It's going on an angle.
I don't know, bro. I'm not an anatomy major.
You should know.
Why should I know what just get this muscle going down the side of your leg is?
You should know every muscle in your body. And it's I'm tight.
It's wild. Stretch and roll out.
That's not gonna do anything.
Go roll out. That'd be so good
I have
for
to
you
roll
right
on
now.
the front then, though.
Yeah. Okay. This next question is from Gary. What are you taking in university and what do you hope to pursue once you graduate? So currently I am an elementary education major. I originally was a secondary English major at Clarion University, but when I transferred to the college I am at in Florida right now, they didn't offer an English program, so I switched into math, and I was a math secondary education major for 2 years. But then I took Calc 3 and differential equations, hardest classes of my life, and I just didn't believe I was going to pass them. And that was the first time in school where I did very poorly. And I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I do work hard. So when I study for things, I'm good. And that was, again, the first time that I've ever gone to school and had no faith in myself whatsoever. And I just didn't like the person that I was turning into because of those classes. So I switched into elementary education, and I'm still playing catch up on it, but I will be graduating hopefully spring 2027. And then afterwards, I'm going to move somewhere and lock in on content for at least a year. I'm going to see where this takes me. I don't want to get a job when I graduate. I don't ever want to have to get a job, but I'm going to do everything I can now to make that a reality then. You know what I mean? This one's from Bodan. And what point of your journey did you become a full-time gym influencer? Okay, I wouldn't consider myself an influencer. I still think I'm niche. I just do this for fun, bro. But this became full-time after I got sponsored by Define and Able. So this would have been last July 2025. So it's been a little over a year now where I just haven't worked. It's still not full time because I still am a full time student. So I haven't been able to put like my full foot forward with all this stuff. And that's why like when I do graduate, I want to just take the time to sit down and lock in on content fully, because I do think I do have an untapped potential in this space that I just haven't been able to reach because of school. Okay, this one's from Charlie Dagger. Do you have a favorite song that gets you locked in? And yes, I do have all my playlists. This is my favorite playlist. It's Ethereal Gym. It has 1,020 saves. I think the last video I made, it was at 800 saves. So we've upped it by 200 saves. So guys, go check out the playlist in my bio. But if I had to pick a song that would lock me in any situation, the song I always go to is Cherry Waves by Deftones. Dude, banger, bro. Full banger. So yeah, it gets me going every single time. So definitely Cherry Waves by Deftones. Okay, this one is from Graham Fuller. What's the best advice you've ever gotten? I think the best advice I've ever gotten in my entire life is that if you don't love something, don't do it. And that can go for anything. That can go for school. That can go for relationships, hobbies, jobs, all this stuff. Love runs this entire world. It runs every action you do, whether you realize it or not. Love determines everything that happens in this world. If you love who you are, you will stay the same. If you don't love who you are, you will change and grow. And so I think just like by understanding that love is so powerful and realizing that your life can change like this if you just follow your heart, that was probably like the most impactful thing for me. I didn't love who I was when I was up and living in Pennsylvania. I didn't love the type of life that I had. I didn't love the people that I was surrounded by. Sometimes, again, like I did have really close friends, so shout out all my people that I still talk to, but it was just like the overall, like I didn't love my life. And I realized like my life was entirely based upon love, and that's how life works. Like if you love your job, it's going to be 10 times easier. If you love your hobbies, they're going to be so much more fun. If you love the people you are with, they're going to be even better in your eyes. And I was so blinded because I just wanted all of that to, like, I wanted to love it. I wanted to love playing college football. I wanted to love being like at that school. I wanted to love the people that I was with. I wanted to love going out, partying and all this stuff, but I didn't. And if I never changed that, then I would still be there. I would still be stuck. I would be the same old me. And I would be 40 and questioning like, why don't I love myself? And I didn't want that to be the case. I wanted to look back on my life and be proud of everything that I've ever done. I fully now at this point in my life decide all my actions based on love. Do I love it? And if I don't, why am I still doing it? Like, do I love it about myself? Do I love it for others? Do I love the others? Do I love the things that I am doing? Do I love the things other people are doing to me? And anytime it's a no, I cut it off like that. And that's just because like I want my life to be full of love, man. Like I don't know why you would live in a place that isn't like loving and caring and gentle when I know this world can be so messed up, but it's up to us, like the individuals that live in it day to day, to change it, to be, the kind guy, to try to do the nice thing. And that can be very hard sometimes. And I'm not saying I'm perfect at it. I mess up all the time. Like that's what I want people to understand. So far from perfect, it's unbelievable. You could probably think of anything that's ever happened in this world, other than like a lot of illegal things, but like I've probably screwed up along the line with it somewhere. I have lived and I have learned so much in 20 years, but it's all like funneled into this idea that love runs all. So like if I look at my life now, I'm surrounded by the people that I love, and I'm doing the things that I love for the reasons that I love. Obviously like our loves are gonna be different. Like some people do love just partying, bro. Have fun. Like if that's what you love, go do it. No one's stopping you. If you love, art, or if you love riding your bike every day. Like, just enjoy it fully. Take it and run with it, because that's what you love, bro. That's what makes you turn and what makes your wheels spin. But you just have to understand, you have to figure out what you truly love, because some people think that they love something and they don't. That's where a lot of relationships go wrong. That's where a lot of people end up looking at their job 20 years down the line and being like, why am I doing this? Because they just want to convince themselves that they love something when they're just trying to hold on to something that they've known for so long. You just got to figure that part out. But I think that overall was the best advice that I've ever gotten, is just do everything in love, man. Okay, last question here, because most of the other questions were kind of repeats, even though there were like 45 of them. And some of them were about my splits and stuff. But if you just watch my YouTube video, you'll get to see like it's a 50-minute long video that covers my entire split. So if you asked a question about my workout split, just go watch that one. Okay, Brock Schmidt asked, what's my starter Pokemon? This isn't the last one, by the way. I just wanted to answer this. So he asked, what's my favorite starter Pokemon? The Pokemon game that I have played the most on my 3DS is Pokemon Y. So I would have to say that my favorite starter is Fennekin, just because anytime I get her up to Delphox, I get her that Mega Delphox. I always lean towards fire, just because in the beginning, like early gameplay, it's usually easier to succeed with fire types, just kind of depending on the game. So yeah, favorite starter, Fennekin. The final question of the Q&A. This one is from Logan Cooper. I'm trying to grow my lifting TikTok. What is your advice on the best ways to do that? You're a huge inspiration to me. First and foremost, bro, thank you. I, again, really do appreciate anyone who, reaches out, texts me, saying stuff like that. I never expected to be in this position where I could affect people's life in such a positive way, but I'm beyond grateful that that is a possibility. Let me fix the camera. If I could give you any advice on growing a social media platform, or doing anything like fitness related, or just honestly growing in social media in general, you have to give people a reason to follow you, to support you, to watch you. So I would kind of ask yourself this: why do you watch me? What makes you want to come back to my videos? What makes you comment things like this? What makes you, support me in any single way? And the second you can answer that is exactly what I would reiterate back to you. So if you say like, oh, I like, how real he is, be real then online. I like the videos he makes, copy my content, just put it out there and make it yours. I like how honest he is, go ahead and be honest to others. I like that he replies to all these people, reply to other people. Like, I would look at what your favorite creators do, see why they're successful, and then copy it and put it into work. So like, when I was, again, starting TikTok, I kind of was just doing everything myself. And then because my friend Ryan helped me a little bit with taking pictures and everything, I was doing slideshows. That was working at first, but I knew I had to level it up. So I was looking at my favorite creators, Cam Kissel. I was like, oh, what's he doing? Full workout videos. I'm going to do full workout videos. So that's what I started posting at first, and it was going great. But then I was like, how can I make this my own? So I made it my own full workout videos. I changed stuff, started writing captions. I changed the editing style. I added better music. I did all this stuff. And so it's like, how can you separate yourself from other people and give people a reason to follow your journey, not anyone else's? And so it's also that's where the business side of it all comes in. Like, how can you maximize your output to input? So how much can I put in versus how much can I get out? And so at this point in time, I'm posting 1-2 videos a day, not a whole lot of putting out, or not a whole lot of putting in, but I'm getting out so much from that. So it's when I do have more time to put in more, I already know I'm gonna be taking way more, just because that's who I am, that's what I want, and I will find that success. That's just a belief in myself. So that's another thing. I would just believe in yourself. Be consistent. You have to continually post and post and post and post and learn and fail over time with every single post. I don't, even to this day, I'll post something and it'll only get 10,000 views, which to a lot of people is oh my god, 10,000 views. But bro, I've had videos do millions of views. You know how hard that is for me to accept a video that does 10,000? Sucks. I hate it. So but you have to do that. Even I leave them up. I don't delete that. I see it as, I don't see it as a weakness to have a video that does bad, because every failure is a lesson, and every lesson that you have is progress towards growth. When you get growth, your platform's gonna grow. So just overall comment on that, I would say just be consistent, be yourself, and give people a reason to follow your journey. That is the entire trick to social media, is just giving you have to give someone a reason to click the follow button and then to keep them coming back. It's just figuring out how you can do that. And sadly, I can't give you the answer to that just because I'm still figuring that out in my own way. In all honesty, you just have to try, man. Because if you never try, you'll never figure it out anyways. So there's no hurt in failing a million times if you weren't going to do it in the first place. Like literally, that's why people are like, oh, but I'm scared to post. Why? There's no one cares. Like, I promise you, there's no one out there going like, look at this guy's post, what a loser. And if they are, bro, who cares about them? They're literally like not doing anything themselves. So I wouldn't worry about anyone's judgment. Just be you, be wholeheartedly yourself. And that's another thing. Like, I love who I am, and I'm gonna stay me, and I'll never change that. Just because like I know what I love, I know what I'm doing, and that's it, bro. Just be you. Be the best version of you, and put that best version of you out there online for the world to see. And I promise you, bro, someone's going to follow you and want to support you. And eventually it could turn into thousands, it could turn into millions. You never know where life's going to take you, but it'll never happen anyways if you never start. All right, guys, that is the Q&A. I really do appreciate all the questions. There was plenty more, but a lot of them were kind of similar questions to the ones that I answered. And then some of them were about my workout split, which I just made a whole video talking about. So again, if you have any questions about my workout split, go check out that previous video. But yeah, right now it's about 7:30 in the morning. Anthony's first game is at 10, so we have to leave here at like 8:30 so we can get there by 9. And then I will be doing cardio at the crib later today at my house, which is cool, but then I'm still spending the night here just because my mom and then won't get home until much later. But then I'll be a wrap on day 3, a wrap on the weekend. So thanks for sticking around again. Let's move on to the next part.
No, he was onto something. What makes me think he's
Pit stop at the crib. Mid-game, they lost the first one. So we're just chilling. But when we get back to the crib tonight, we'll talk more in a bit. So, day 3, Sunday, going down the hatch. All right, guys, that is a wrap on the weekend. I just got back home. My mom had returned, so I no longer had to provide for Anthony, but I did just get back to the Fortress of Solitude here, and I was just unpacking and stuff just because I did pack an entire suitcase for the weekend. That was just really long, and I'm pretty tired. I did want to wrap up today's video just showing you guys a go-to high protein, mid-carb but low-fat dessert that I eat almost every single night to kind of help, keep the shreds, maintain the muscle, get yoked in the meantime. Expecting to film a little bit more today, and then also more last night just with the upper lift. But like I said again, I think it was a blessing in disguise that the camera did die, just because that was one of my favorite workouts that I've had in so long. I literally pulled up in like Adam Sandler shorts and just a black Hanes t-shirt. So that was like one of the most kind of dialed I've been in a long time. And I think it not necessarily had to do with the fact that I wasn't creating anything, but it just felt good and it felt right. And sometimes you need days like that. You need slower things, and you need to just go back to your roots. That's what it was yesterday. So it's a combination of Greek yogurt, but it's low fat Greek yogurt, high protein. I'll show you. So I get this one from Oikos. I think this tub's already open, yeah. So this one's from Oikos. Now it's 000. So if we look at the things here, we got 17 grams of protein per serving, 0 grams added sugar, 0 artificial sweeteners, and then 0 grams of fat. So this thing is literally just a majestic tub of protein. I'm gonna do a smaller amount just because I am trying to eat a little less calories, but I still need something that's gonna keep me full for tonight before I do my nightly cardio on my walking path. So yeah, just a couple drops of the Greek yogurt. So it's like that much. Now this is where we add some protein powder. This one is mint chocolate from Legion, who I'm no longer affiliated with. I still have a ton of bags of protein that I have yet to go through. So just a scoop of whey. Give this a good stir. Get this like brown mixture. This is the secret ingredient granola, but it's protein granola from Kodiak. So just dump a good bit in there. It's gonna add some more protein and some healthy fats and carbs. And then to make it taste good, just some zero sugar chocolate syrup. Bang, and now you have this delectable bowl. You guys haven't noticed yet, like in my life, I try to make things super simple and very easy to approach, just so I can be as consistent as possible within those things. So dieting is one thing that I know a lot of people, get stuck on. But it's just because like they're not consistent with what they're eating. A lot of the times people try to be, way too key in on certain things. That's not a bad thing to, over optimize. If you love it, you want to do it, go ahead. But like eating a bowl like this, it's not going to hurt you at all. You know what I mean? It's literally just protein, carbs, and zero sugar chocolate syrup. You know what I mean? It's not like you're eating like a bowl of ice cream. For dessert, you don't have to eat like raw goat milk with other stuff. Like as long as it's within your kind of whole foods approach to a degree, it'll be good. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll pound this out for dessert tonight, and it is currently Sunday at 9:45. I took a rest day today, so I didn't work out, and I was just kind of slacking all day. But I think it was necessary to just kind of let my body reset. We'll finish out tonight with some cardio on the walking pad, and that'll be the weekend. All wrapped up. Most of my life, bro, I live very simply, you know what I mean? Obviously, like, oh my God, on the weekend, I wish I could be on a yacht, doing crazy stuff, but that's not my reality, you know what I mean? And that's not a lot of people's reality. So this is the reality of a dude who I hang out with my family. They're my closest friends. I just enjoy the simple things that, come along with life. You don't want to be a major in the minor type of person. What I mean by that is you don't want to focus on things that are too grand when you're here. You want to take baby steps to attain the larger goals that you do have in life. I know all of you guys out there, you want it just as bad, but you just have to continue to take the right steps forward in order to get there. And if you don't know what those steps are, you'll figure it out in time, I promise. If you would have talked to me when I was 18, this is 2 years ago, I would have told you I had no clue what I was doing in my life. I was working a part-time job at a restaurant, doing God knows what, with God knows who. And now you look at my life 2 years in the future, and I'm living a alternate reality. At least that's what I would have believed back then. So you can really change your life in a very short amount of time, but it's just about what you do within that time frame to maximize your success and your potential, because I don't think your potential is capped. You don't have like a certain ceiling that you can hit, bro. Sky's the limit. You just have to take advantage of every opportunity that's given to you. And if you're not given an opportunity, you have to open the door for yourself. You have to kick the door down. Make the door and kick it down. Put a hole through that wall. Do it. You can. I believe in you. I'm telling you this from personal experience. You can do whatever you want in this world. It's possible. You just have to believe in yourself. And no one else is going to believe in you. And I can tell you that from someone who has experienced that my entire life. You need to believe in yourself first. Put yourself first for once in your life and take care of business. And I promise you get to where you want to go. So that is the weekend vlog. I really hope you guys appreciate all the fun things that we did in this video. I'm sorry if it's a bit random, a bit chaotic. I promise the next one is going to be way more simple. I think the next video is just going to be a laid back lifting video, back to the roots, and then we'll ramp up the extravaganza from there. So thank you guys as always for tuning in. If you guys want to support me in any way possible, code Chuckie at Define, at Able, Fallen Archives. Those are all brands that I work with that if you use my code on their website, you will save 10% off. All the links are in my bio and also in the description of this video. If you want to hear any of the music that I listen to on a day-to-day basis, those are also in my bio and in the description. And then finally, if you do want to train like me, I currently do have a program out. It is $49.99 US dollars. That is in the store. It's a 100 something, I think it's like 160 pages of lifting information that you can get your hands on. So that's there, and I will also be releasing a new program coming up soon for around $15. That's going to be way shorter, way more compact, but it's going to cover my full split, some training tips, some dieting tips, and then some recovery tips. And that'll be that. So again, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. Good night, YouTube.
Define haul. Now, I bet you're wondering where Chuckie is. He's been replaced by the better sibling. We have this amazing haul. Oh my god. It's like mystery unboxing. These gray pants. Cute. Ooh. And they're open bottoms. Drawstring. They're kind of, oh my, wait. Stop. Is this the matching? They're recharge straight leg joggers. Love. Chuckie, yes, I did steal a sweatshirt for this video. You know, I had to make it on brand. Oh, this one's mine. I already know. I need like scissors for this. The Impact shorts. A summer staple. Next, let's see. Okay, it is the Impact halter top in slate gray. Okay, Define, sponsor me. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not actually. Your back will look amazing. Okay, this one's also mine. I have the same Impact shorts, so matching set. It's feeling light. It's feeling airy. Ooh, this is cute. Okay, it's a quarter zip. I feel like you could run in this. Very comfy. Nice. Good pick, Chuckie. Ooh. I just hit your mirror. These are cute. Ooh, these look like the cargo pants. These are very nice. Ooh, she's cute too. Ooh, I really like this one. Now that's the last one. Okay, look at that. What a nice little haul we have here. You know, thank you for watching, guys. I really love that you guys support me and my journey, and much love.